just so you can't do that, Chief. Sorry.
They have
Everything by memory, Chief.
That's right.
I usually can, but I want to make sure I'm
names and
factual.
spellings.
All right. Richard Bowers, B-O-W-E-R-S. Last name, first name, Richard, R-I-C-H-A-R-D. Fairfax County Fire Rescue Department Fire Chief. I want to provide an update within the last hour of the ongoing incident here at Woodson High School. First of all, I want to clarify some of the transport information. Again, just to reiterate, we had 6 patients. One, the teacher did not transport, but we did treat at the scene. The second is, one of our seriously burned patients went to Washington Hospital Burn Center, as indicated before. The other went to Children's Hospital Burn Center. The other 3 were transported with non-life-threatening injuries to a nearby hospital. So that was the first clarification we wanted to make sure everybody had. The second is, just to reconfirm, this was a teacher-led instruction activity in the classroom, and it was a chemistry classroom. The investigation is ongoing at this time. We anticipate, after all the interviews are being done, which there are quite extensive interviews that need to be done, that possibly late this evening, by early tomorrow morning, we will have a cause, origin, and determination. Again, we anticipate late this evening, early tomorrow. I spoke directly with the investigators about that. What I'd also like to do is give you the chronology of the dispatch. I was able to talk directly to the first-in engine officer. Initially, the first 911 dispatch was for an alarm, a fire alarm in the building. Subsequently, as the engine company was responding from fire station number 23 here in Fairfax County, it was indicated to them by our dispatch center that there was now a medical emergency at the school. So we had a fire alarm dispatch upgraded to a medical emergency. Additional medical transport units were then dispatched along with the engine company. Prior to arriving on the scene, the engine company was notified by our dispatch center that in fact there was not only a fire alarm and a medical emergency, but also a fire in the building. Upon arrival, as we indicated before, the engine company officer and the crew went to work immediately to care for the injured, and we indicated 6 injured, and then went to fire suppression activities inside one of the classrooms where the incident occurred. The sprinkler system did activate. The building was evacuated via the alarm system, and again, I credit the school and the county schools with the fire drills that we do, they do, and that it was done in a very orderly fashion, and it worked. And the fire alarm, obviously, was that notification to exit to a safe area. The remaining school and staff did exit safely and were cordoning off into their safe area. One of the things that was asked before was the extent of damage. After having an opportunity to speak directly with fire investigators, who I said are doing extensive interviews along with our county police department, the room has about a 50% fire, smoke, and water damage to it. And the reason I include water is simply because the fire sprinkler did activate and did exactly what it was supposed to do, which is hold the fire in check and allow the students, the teacher, and the staff that were in that room to be able to exit and get to at least a potential area of safety.
Is there any, like, other than water sprinklers or like halon or anything like that?
No, there's no halon in it. No, sir. So at this time, the investigation is ongoing. Interviews are being conducted. We hope to have cause, origin, and determination completed either late this evening or early tomorrow. And we ask all of our viewers, all of the media here, to please pray for all the students, in particular the 5 that were injured and the 2 that are seriously injured. I will say this, there are no life-threatening injuries. However, with any type of burn injury, the possibility for infection is one of the things that certainly causes a great deal of concern. So again, please, if we offer our thoughts and prayers to the family, to the students, the faculty here, and the school system. And that wraps up our update right now.
Any particular reason that child was taken to Children's Hospital? The burn unit was it just having them go to separate hospitals to get more urgent treatment, or was there a particular reason?
No particular reason other than to get the students the care and treatment they need as soon as possible.
How would you describe these 2 that went to the burn units, their injuries? How would you describe them?
Well, what we would determine these types of injuries to be were exposure to fire product. Right? That could be heat, could be direct flame contact. The burns were extensive enough, obviously, that they needed to be transported to the appropriate facilities, i.e. the burn center or the children's hospital.
Was there still fire when the firefighters got into the classroom? Were there still actual flames that had to be suppressed?
The transmission from the first engine officer confirmed in my conversation with them that there was still active fire, as we reported before. I can't give you the details and specifics of that. That's certainly, an observation that only that officer could make. But I can tell you, the sprinkler system activated, held the fire in check, but there was still active fire in the classroom.
And did the sprinklers just activate in the one classroom, or did they activate in the broader area?
I can tell you that the sprinkler head that was located in the area in which the fire started did activate as it should have. The remaining sprinklers did not.
Were they injured by the fire itself, or from their burning clothing, or what exactly flame component injured them?
Well, first of all, I think the first thing that occurred was whatever the chemical makeup was. As far as clothing or anything else, I can't specifically respond to that. It could be a combination of both or all the above.
Were they wearing any kind of protective gear for this experiment?
I don't know.
The 3 that were transported by ground, they went to the correct?
I believe so. Fairfax Hospital, yes.
Did your firefighters relay any conversations that they might have had with these students at all about you're going to be okay, or how the students were doing, or anything about what they might have said?
No, in speaking with the engine officer, obviously we're focused on life safety, getting those first initial people that were injured taken care of, and then they transitioned to fire attack and fire suppression. So not anything specific.
And were they located inside the classroom at the time your people, or were they all able to self-evacuate from the classroom?
What I only understand at this point, we had